The Chicago Bears are rumored to have put an offer in for one of the hottest names on the trade market, y'all. And on top of that, it's been revealed a draft day offer that they made. Y'all want to talk about it? Keep it locked. Welcome back, everybody, to an all new episode of CHI Go Bears. As always, it's your boy John J. And with me once again is my dog, D Snow from the Go. What's going on, cuzzo?
You already know, man. Say, summertime shop, man. You know it's going down. Everybody be careful out there. Y'all know when it get hot, it get dangerous, and it's getting hot out there when it comes to the
Yeah,
football
buddy.
stories. Every day is something good going on, and now we finally approached that OTA thing we've been talking about. So I'm excited, man.
Yeah, man. Same here, man. Feeling
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Feeling good is definitely a lot to talk about. You know, our squad has been in the news for good or bad, but we like the world talking about them.
Yes, sir.
They still talking about that Caleb interview. Snow. They talking about it a lot. ESPN
Yeah,
got their hands on it. Yeah, it's big news at this point.
yeah,
Um, but ladies and gentlemen, we ain't gonna stay with y'all too long. We ain't gonna take up too much of y'all time. But before we get into this, please help the channel out. Drop a like, share this thing, and subscribe if you haven't
yeah.
already. Help that algorithm out. You know, put this channel in front of other people like you, so they can get some of that same value and entertainment. Because y'all know we
Yeah.
kick it over here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big old
But
C's.
yes, sir, big C's, big C's. But man, without further ado, first thing I want to get into today, D Snow, is we got some more stadium updates.
Okay.
It's looking like Arlington Heights is going to be the move.
Okay.
Bears are saying they made significant progress in the Arlington Heights talks.
Okay.
Uh, so it's looking. So in a statement provided to Robert McCoppin, um, Jeremy Groner, and Dan Petrella of the Chicago Tribune, the Bears said they made significant progress with officials in Arlington Heights. Over the last few months, we have made significant progress with the leaders in Arlington Heights and look forward to continuing to work with state and local leaders on making a transformative economic development project for the region a reality. It's looking like it's going down, D Snow. Arlington Heights. You ready to go out to Arlington Heights for a game?
Hey, we already talked about this, man. See, the politics of Chicago always gets in the way of doing the right thing. It always happens. It never fails. Now y'all getting ready to lose the team to the suburbs, like most of these professional teams do all the time. Only team I've seen like Detroit kind of bought all their teams back. The Lions and then they got the Tigers and the Detroit Pistons all in the same area now. So it's fun to have it in the city and the Bears have been in part of the city. If not, first they were in Wrigley Field, and then they ended up going to Soldier Field. But I think it's time. It's time. You get tired of having to deal with the back and forths, the contracts, the teamsters. We know what's going on. The gangsters got their hands out. The people want their hands palmed. People want to get their beak wet. Anybody that understand everything I'm saying, y'all know what I'm talking about. And I saw this coming. I knew we were gonna end up out there because it's gonna get done out there. The officials, they see the big picture, they see the growth and development. Y'all see a little how I play with that Chicago. But
That
man, when you
growth and
throw that
development.
stadium up, guess what comes with that? Hotels, restaurants, more money, more jobs. Like, this is a L. This is the L for the city, but for the suburbs and for the fans, this is gonna be big. I'm excited. I love it.
Yeah, no doubt. This is real big for the city of Arlington Heights, for that
Yes, sir.
suburb.
Yes, sir.
With all of that property that they got, there should be a lot of new businesses popping up. One thing though about that, it almost kind of feels to me, D Snow, like we just wasted a year.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, because we bought the property over a year ago now.
Yeah.
Um, Spent what, almost 200 million on that property, and
Hmm.
we just sat for a year to circle right back to the same spot.
But
So we
think
could have
about what.
had shovels in the ground, bulldozers. We could have had the process started by now. That's probably my only gripe with this
I,
whole
I
situation.
think they tried everything they could to try to keep the team local, keep them in the city, off the lakefront. You love that view, when they playing on a Sunday, a national game on a Sunday night, on a Monday, when they do that pan from the lake to the stadium. It is beautiful. So we're gonna
Yeah.
lose that. We're gonna lose that. And I think they tried to keep that spark alive. They tried to keep that. They gave it a shot. And that's why I'm not mad. Yeah, we could have had boots on the ground, could have had shovels down, and we could have started working, but they tried their hardest to keep that original feel, that we are gonna miss a
Well,
little bit. But this is
well,
gonna
I
be a
think
win for the fans. It's gonna be easier to get to games and get out of games.
I think what it really was when they hired Kevin Warren, because the plan was Arlington Heights, but then they brought in Kevin Warren, and he's like, wait a minute, this is Chicago. We should still be trying to focus on Chicago. So he came in,
Yeah.
tried to focus on that, only to come back around to where they
Oh,
were
he he,
before.
he f
So
around
it's
and
like
found out.
he effed around and found out.
He's like,
And
oh
and,
man, I
and
can
I
do this.
and
He's
I
like,
totally understand the reason
yeah,
for
me
the
too.
delay,
Yeah,
but it's still a delay.
yeah.
However you look
Yeah,
at it.
you always want to, take it. No matter what, you're gonna keep it plain. No matter how I try to make it feel emotional, you be like, it don't matter.
I mean, bring that. I mean, that still works. It's
No doubt.
just I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
because like I said, I totally understand it.
yeah.
It still doesn't change the fact that I wish we had it.
Okay.
It's just like it's my money and I want it now. It's like, yeah, I get that I gotta wait, but I want it now. That's
Yeah,
it,
I
plain and
understand.
simple.
I get it, bro.
But yeah, so hopefully we'll get boots on the ground soon,
Yes,
shovels in the
sir.
dirt. But moving on. Man, D Snow, there was a video put out by the New England Patriots, some behind the scenes of the draft. The Bears do it a lot.
Hmm.
Um, but it was revealed in the video that they had got an offer for the number 38 pick in the second round, which ended up being Travion Henderson. The Bears were at 39, if you recall. Henderson went one pick before, and we ended up taking Luther Burden III at 39. Well, D Snow, come to find out, the Bears were on the phone with New England. They offered them that 39 and tried to throw in a seventh round pick to move up one spot. New England, of course, didn't take it because they wanted the same guy. But just what are your thoughts on the fact that they were aggressive and tried to make a trade up? I would like to imagine that maybe they tried to move up faster. Maybe they waited to the last minute and saw the first Ohio State running back got gone. Then they tried to pick up the phone, and Patriots was the only one potentially that answered. I don't know, but just what do you think about the fact that they tried to make that play and add in a seventh round pick to move up one spot, but Patriots said no, 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 no.
Well, we talk about this all the time, man. Ryan Poles is the type of guy. Hey, he's gonna go out there and try to make some magic happen. He's gonna try to pull a rabbit out his hat. He's gonna try to pull one from under his sleeve, and we love that about him. He's always working. He's never sitting still. We all had our eyes on those running backs, and for the fact that they did step up to try to get him, I love hearing that because we were interested as fans. We were looking at that kid too, and when he went right before our pick, we were all like, "Oh man." So it
Yeah,
just shows that the fans and what we were feeling about some of these picks were kind of dead on to what they were feeling. We none of
because
us
I
kind of
told you
saw
he
the
was my
coasting.
second favorite behind Genty.
Yeah, yeah. No one saw coasting off top. Like I don't care what nobody said. We didn't see that. We didn't smell that. It
We
kind of
got the
came from left
position,
field.
but not the
Yeah,
player.
we got the position, but not the player. But after that, everything kind of went the direction we saw. And hey, that kid. Hey, put it like this: as long as Kyle Manegi comes out and does his job, it's all good. We don't miss a beat here. But it's nice to know.
Ooh. It took a second to figure out who he was talking about. You tore that name up.
Oh yeah, thank you. Call Malanga, Malangi, Malunga.
Manungai, for those who wonder who we talking about.
Hey, I've been doing great this season, y'all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Every
You
week
have.
I've been doing great with
Yeah.
the names. It was about time that I went
I'll
on ahead
pat
and
you on the
rolled
back
one
if I
out.
could.
Yeah, that was one of those, I rolled it up to the plate. But yeah, as long as that kid comes out and plays well, I mean, hey, we see him, in and in the different videos we've seen so far, he is looking like they are really trying to coach him up to be ready to play this season. But yeah, man, I love it. I love the fact that we are not only hungry, we're active, and we always trying to make it happen. We are always in the middle of something, including some more talk we got coming up before we get out of here. So I just love seeing that we're in the mix for anything that can make us better. Let's keep it going. We love it, Ryan. Let's keep it going, Mr. Close. Keep cooking.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. And I like how you threw that little teaser out there for another thing we got coming up, but I'm gonna make them wait a little bit longer
Oh yeah, yeah. You didn't
on
taught me
that
how
one.
to, squeeze the cheese.
Yeah, dangle that carrot. But yeah, it's definitely good to see just the fact that they're being aggressive.
For
There's a
sure.
lot riding on this team, and we knew that they were interested in that guy all the way back from when they interviewed Eddie George for head coach. When we heard his notes and them asking him about him, so just the fact that they tried is cool. I wish we could have got him, but hey, I still like what we ended up working with. So maybe Manungai will end up being better than most of these guys, or all of them, for all we know. The system is going to dictate a lot of that. So we shall see how that works out. But moving on. D Snow, them OTAs, man. Them OTAs kick off this week, and that first official practice is tomorrow.
Yes,
We got
sir.
the whole team. We got the rookies and we got vets. D Snow, they out there now. We finally get to see that intermingling.
Yeah.
You got anything you expecting to see or want to see out of this?
I'm gonna say this from the little reels and little cuts and videos I've been seeing. DJ Moore looking pretty fast to be a new daddy. I don't know if he's running because he got to pay some more bills or whatever, but that boy he looking ready to go, and that's what that's one of the things we had talked about was that wide receiver position, and how's that going to look? Bringing in a kid with with everything that we bought, in the rookie, and then having everything we
Yeah.
got on the team. Right now, I mean, it's not enough balls to go around. Somebody's gonna have to, do some blocking. Somebody's gonna have to do some masquerading. They're gonna have to be the
Well,
decoy.
you know what Ben Johnson said in that opening
Hey,
interview: no block, no rock.
hey. So, and that's the one thing I do notice. Like when you talk to wide receivers that talk about best wide receivers ever, they get mad when you don't mention guys that block well. As a wide
That's a
receiver,
big part of the job.
being a blocker is very important to the team. Excuse me, but yeah, I want to see what's going to happen at that wide receiver position. I'm excited to see what this new defense is going to look like, and of course, man, this realigned, renewed offensive line that we're bringing in with these vets, plus the rookies, plus guys coming off injury. It's just so many different things to look at. It's going to be exciting, just to see it every day and see what we're actually going to look like once everybody's on the field together.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that about the offensive line because I saw something from PFF, Pro Football Focus, that mentioned. Now, I know you can't expect Rome overnight. They just got together. They need time to
Yeah.
gel and learn the system and all of that stuff. But per PFF, the guys that they brought together, if you go based off of their PFF grade for last season, this would have been the number 2 offensive line in the league.
Wow. Wow.
Yes, when you all of their
Yeah.
PFF grades, each each one of these guys based off of their last season's grades, it would have been the number 2 line in the league. Now, again, I understand you can't expect that overnight. They
Yeah,
got to
that was
gel
for that
together.
was
They
for
got to
our
learn the
analytics
offense
guys,
and
the
all
guys that
that.
get
Yeah, yeah.
excited about numbers. We know you guys
But
that
that's
want to see it
something
on the field.
that's
Yeah,
something
yeah.
that matters. That tells you that they brought in some real
Oh, we
dogs.
bought
They
oh, we
brought
bought
in
that
some
work in.
dudes. We
Yeah,
got some dudes. Yeah,
yeah,
y'all gonna get this work. So yeah, that's a big deal. And just for me, what I want to see out of OTAs is just continuity. I want to see I want to see the chemistry building. I want to
yeah.
see this thing start to get molded. I want to hear after the OTAs that the receivers and Caleb then took off and started doing their thing. I want to hear that I don't know all these workouts, the defensive guy workouts, or whatever the case. I want to hear about them coming together and working on this new system and trying to make it
Yeah,
work as fast as
yeah.
possible.
We need Caleb Williams with a clean jersey. He took
Yeah,
enough hits left. We need to cut that in half this
I'm
year, or
I'm
even
I'm
less.
loving how they that they talking about the work that he's been putting in, coming in
Hmm.
on the weekends, extra time. Some of the videos has been coming out. You see that they've already worked on changing his footwork.
Okay.
So Ben Johnson been putting in some work with Caleb already, and I think it's going to be a big year for the kid.
Yeah. And I'm tired of people talking about, oh, I mean, why didn't someone teach him how to watch tape? Like, bro, It's so many quarterbacks out there that tell you nobody sat them down and taught them how to watch tape. Either you are into watching tape or you not. That's for any athlete. They're like the one thing I love about Jeff Teague, the guy, the basketball player that played for the Atlanta Hawks. He has a big podcast out there for my football fans that's not into basketball. He'll tell you in a second. Like, no, I was not the guy practicing all those drills. I just hooped. Like, it's some guys that are just that good. It's some guys that athletically, in the game and after the game, they just look at it differently. My brother, hey, shout out to my little brother. It's his birthday today. Man, one of the best piano players I know. Just learned how to read music. He been
Mm.
playing for most of his life. But that's the thing. Some people are just good at it. And I think when it comes to watching film, I think that's something that's desired. Because yes, it does make you better. Yes, you do it no matter what with the team. But when it comes to doing it on your own, that has to be something that you really, really want to do. And when people see that you're into that, then I think they do gravitate to giving you that help. But I don't think it's something that you got why didn't they do this? Why they do like I think that's up to the quarterback to want to be better at the game and watch the tape.
But I think as a quarterback, I think that's part of your job description. I think as a quarterback, you should be watching tape, watching film. But yeah, I've been seeing that a lot. It should be on the kid to go ahead and do it. But I also think that if the coaching staff sees that the kid is doing it, there should be some give and take
There
there.
we go. There we go.
Did
Right,
did,
right,
did Caleb ask for help, or did he just ain't nobody said nothing, so I'm just gonna go do it on my
right.
own? How did that play off? That could go a couple different ways, and we don't fully know
Yeah,
all of the
because he might have
details
still
on
been in
that.
the middle of damn. Man, look at the Vikings. They killing it. Dang, that could have been me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Hey,
we don't know.
he could, mentally, he could have been going through a lot. That rookie season was tough. So, I just hate the way they all trying to pile on. I think the kid is ready for the drama. Being in Chicago is going. I think that's why all of this is so much fire behind it because it's Chicago. If it was New York, if it was, certain cities, it's going to be a whole lot more chatter behind anything because they all these stories with Caleb. They are not letting them go. It's like they want to just
Yeah.
talk about this stuff daily. Like, what the hell?
Well, it's that, and then we've been on such a high this offseason, and
Yeah,
everyone was talking about that. You have to come with the lows as well. You got to get that just as much of attention,
yeah,
otherwise it's
yeah,
favoritism.
yeah. That's
So I
facts.
mean, hey, it's news. It's people are interested, so they going Chicago is a huge market, so
That's facts.
they gonna appease. They gonna do whatever to talk about Chicago.
Yeah.
Um, but moving on, last topic before we get on up out of here. Another potential trade. It is a rumor that the Bears have made an offer to the Cincinnati Bengals for defensive end Trey Hendrickson. Do you know? And the rumor deal is a second round pick and another late round pick.
Mm.
Trey Hendrickson is somebody that led the league in sacks last year with 17 and a half. Matter of fact, back to back seasons of 17 and a half sacks. But he's disgruntled because his money ain't right.
Yeah.
So if you do make that trade, you
Oh, you
also
got to
got to
pay him.
have a
Oh yeah,
contract ready to
yeah.
go.
You got to pay him. You got to pay him. Yeah.
So, D Snow, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think that it's worth it, that offer plus the contract for Trey Hendrickson? This coming off 17 and a half sack season and is also 31 years old.
Well, with everything that we've done in the offseason, imagine throwing a monster like him in there. Oh, we're talking about a guy over his career 150 solo tackles, 70 assists, 77 sacks, 4 Pro Bowls. Hey, he wouldn't do anything but bolster our defense, make us better. And now we are really attacking that quarterback like we need to do. I'm all for it. I think it'd be great. I think they'll find a way to make it fit. We've seen that Ryan Poles is great at juggling and making things work when it comes to the money. So hey, let's make it happen, man. Let's go grab him. I think he fit great.
Yeah, so I'm trusting in Ryan Poles.
Yeah,
If
me
he
too.
decides to go after him, I'm all behind it.
Oh, the offer's on
For
the
me,
table.
it depends on
Yeah.
yeah, facts, but it depends on the money. I'm sure he's going to be looking for something in the $30 million range
Okay.
because led the league in sacks. Miles Garrett just got 40. I don't see Trey Hendrickson getting 40, but he's going to
He
try to
gonna
get as
get 30,
close.
35. Yeah.
So that and alone is a huge deal that the Bears can't afford yet. They'll have to do some wheeling and dealing, which they have shown a tendency to be able to do. If they want to make it happen, they'll make it happen. But my concern, because when you look at the production, yes, if I can where we're at as a team, I think we only a few pieces away. If you can make the deal for a guy like that, yeah, I'm all for it. But where I'm concerned about it, D Snow, is 31 years old. This is when it's supposed to go downhill. Do you want to spend big money on a guy that's supposed to be going downhill right now, especially after you just spent a lot of money on Dio, another big money at that position. Second, and I was looking at, and you got the stats in front of you, so you probably seeing this too. But Trey Hendrickson started his career off in New Orleans. 2017 through 2020. Who was the defensive coordinator in New Orleans in that time, D Snow? Dennis Allen, our current defensive coordinator.
Mm.
The years that Trey Hendrickson was in New Orleans, 6 sacks, 1 sack, 8 sacks, 3 sacks. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm reading assisted. Let me start that again. 2017 rookie year, 2 sacks. 2018, 0 sacks. 2019, 4.5. And then all of a sudden, 2020, it went up to 13.5. And that's when he went on to Cincinnati, got him some new money. But I wonder, because once he went on to Cincinnati, it's 14 sacks, 8 sacks, 17.5, 17.5. He started going big then. Did the system have something to do with that, D Snow?
Had to.
The fact that that scares me. If he comes to Chicago and it's the same defensive coordinator that he had in New Orleans, where he had the least amount of production, it scares me if I want to give this guy $30 million now at this age. That gives me pause because of the system. This is the system that he had the least amount of success in. Now, there are other factors, I'm sure. Maybe he was behind Cam Jordan, or maybe he couldn't get on the field because they had other vets there. So I'm sure there is a reason for that lack of production, but I'd be lying if I didn't say that scares me, D Snow.
Okay.
That worries me. And I look at this, and I can almost say that this is the same situation as Dio, the guy who we just paid. He might be coming out of a New Orleans situation, going into a Cincinnati situation in this new defense.
Okay.
You
Okay,
know,
so you're
get what
saying
I'm
don't throw the
saying? So
money out there, won't
he
need
was
to.
knocking on the door in Indiana. Now he's going to be in the front line. Maybe his
Okay.
production doubles like
So you
Hendrickson
saying
did.
hold on for a second before we make a move like that. Let's see what we got. Let's see what these guys look like in practice. Let's see what some guys look like before we go out there, and that, because that is a big move. But we are in win now mode, so that's why I
We
think
are.
it's. I think it's that's why they
That's
got
why
the
I say
contract out there.
I'm trusting in Pose. If he's in for it, I'm in total agreement. Dennis Allen knows. So if he decides let's go do it again, I'm
Yeah,
sure he's seen something he
because at
like.
this point, I think either Trey either found that next level or he just on that another level. Like I don't see him going
And he had
backwards.
a big year on his last year
Yeah,
in
yeah.
New
I don't see
Orleans.
him going backwards. He'll still be in that 15 to 20 sack range. I think coming over to this defense and a lot, it's he has an opportunity to shine. He got a lot of guys around him. We don't talk about Sweat a lot. We don't talk. We just talked about IO, so it's going. It could work, but like you said, that is a lot of money. And then who do we lose? Because we can't keep
Yeah.
everybody. So we are kind of happy with what we got. Now we got to shake everything up. So I think if we are gonna do it, let's do it and get it done before things start to get too jailed.
I think you can probably, again, you got guys that's in free agency right now: Clowney, Zadarius White, Matt Judon.
Yeah,
I'll
they still out there.
probably
Dad.
almost rather spend 10 to 15 million or less on
Yeah.
a 1 or 2 year deal and get one of those guys. So I don't know, D Snow. And then we talking about giving up a second round pick for a 31-year-old.
Yeah.
You know I
Second
love
round
them
picks
second
is
round picks, D
yeah. That's
Snow.
your that's your girlfriends, boy. You love them
that's
boys.
that's them good values right there. That's them
Yeah,
good
yeah,
value picks.
yeah.
But ladies and gentlemen, y'all let us know in the comment, would you do this deal? And what would you cap the number at? For me, if I could do the deal and I can cap them at a Montez Sweat number, 24, 25, a 2 year 50, let's talk. I'm down for that. But 30 and 35, ooh, that scares me. Because we gotta find that money somewhere.
And nobody else has been willing to give it up yet. So maybe he'll come down off that and be willing to play to show he can get that real money.
31 years old, D Snow. That matters. Everybody is looking at that. Production always goes down after that. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, again, like I say, please let us know how
Yeah,
you feel on that in the comments, and don't forget to drop a like, share this thing, and subscribe. Cause why not? It don't it don't cost you nothing. It don't take a second out of your life, but it'll mean the world to us.
man, it's just showing love. That's all. It's just showing love. That's all we asking y'all to do. Show a little
Yeah.
love.
But D Snow, you got anything for the peoples on the way out?
Hey, before I get out of here, happy birthday to my brother one more time, Aaron Sinclair Ford. He dropped a new song today.
Yes, sir. Happy
Please go
birthday,
check
cuzzo.
that out. It's on all platforms. The name of the song is Be Crazy. I think that's what it's called. Not Go Crazy, but Be Crazy. Let me see. Got to make sure exactly what the name. I ain't gonna
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
mess up my
Yeah.
boy
Since
on
you
his
put it
day.
out there, you gotta
So
get
it's
it all the
Get
way right.
Crazy. It's Get Crazy. So hey, if y'all got to the end of the show, please check it out. It's a nice song. If you haven't checked it out yet, John, I'm gonna send it to you. You gotta check it out.
Yes,
JJ, you're
sir.
gonna love it. But hey, besides that, it was nothing like the sweet feeling. I mean, let me tell you something, man. You know, when you first get that girlfriend, the one you always wanted, you like, man, I've been trying to get her for a long time, and you fall in love with her and you don't never want to let her go. That's how I felt this weekend as I watched the Cubs sweep the White Sox. Oh, it felt sweet like that. Oh, it
Ooh.
felt like that girlfriend that I didn't want to. I just want to hug that sweep and hold on to that broom and just fall asleep with her. For all you White Sox fans, I know y'all hating us as we rising to the top. Got my man CPA out here doing this thing. Go Cubs, go, man. I have to give some love to my boys. Man, nice sweep of the White Sox over the weekend.
Yes, sir. I like the way it's going down. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, as always, y'all know we certainly appreciate y'all coming, stopping by, and kicking it with your boys. From us here at CHI Go Bears, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. As always, bear down, Chicago. And
Hey,
we'll
stay
catch y'all later.
dangerous. Big old bees, bears till we die. We love y'all, man.
Yes, sir, ski. Peace.
Peace out.